The winking sigils of the yards flash across the dark starscape of the belt, each one a siren light for crews in need of repairs or eager for improvements. The Scatteryards live up to their reputation, but Serafin will not be drawn by the lights. He guides the ship into an empty, ragged-looking yard, darker and more frame than plate. It looks rougher than any of the others. Serafin? You want to dock somewhere a little more welcoming? We aren't that hard up. Bliss turns to you. Or are we worse off than I thought, Sleeper? Best shipwrights rarely have the brightest signs, though you know that, Bliss. Serafin reaches up and flicks a set of switches above his head. Marco is the best in the Scatteryards. Best? Or just the best you know? Bliss gives him a skeptical look. You'll see. Serafin smiles widely, shutting off the main console and unclipping from the pilot seat. We're safe. Serafin turns to you. No need to run from Blade for a while. He'll never find us in Marco's yard. It'd be nice to have a break from running. And he floats at the back of the cockpit. I hear Scatteryards has some good data analysis terminals on the hub. Then he glances at you. If you can spare me. Nia glides into the cockpit. We here? We lost this place. He glances at you with a smile. Oh, it's grumpy spacers waiting on repairs. I think it fits his temperament. You follow Serafin as he glides eagerly to the airlock. You and Bliss exchange glances. Both of you are used to Serafin's headstrong moments, yet you still can't help but feel that now familiar pull of someone else's problems. Marco! Serafin opens his arms to the figure coming through the second airlock. Fien! Marco floats through the doorway, a crooked smile across his pale face, his sharp eyes glinting in the rig's bright work lights. The two embrace in more of a chest bump than a hug. Serafin is spinning with the momentum of the impact to end with his arm across Marco's shoulder, the two side by side grinning. You notice Marco's eyes quickly falling on you, a slight narrowing suggesting he has immediate thoughts about your presence. So, this is who you are flying with now, Finn? Marco shoots you a wink, his expression shifting to conceal his previous curiosity and concern. Bliss. They introduce themselves curly. You two used to be on a crew together, I assume? Yeah, and Finn? No. They're just drinking buddies. Marco's response provokes a laugh from Serafin, some kind of joke you can't quite catch, don't off. Marco turns his attention to you. And a sleeper. Smiles. My condolences, it's a damn crap what those corporations do to you. But at least you're out, huh? Nod. Marco doesn't miss a beat. Marco turns back to Serafin. It's been too long, Finn. Flying with old Betty anymore? You immediately see the reaction in Serafin, his entire being tightening without anything more than a shudder to signify. No, that's long gone. Marco shrugs. The way off the belt? He shakes Serafin by the shoulder. Come on, then. Not floating around in this drafty old thing. Let's get a drink. Marco turns his attention to you. Feel free to make yourself at home in the yard. Hell, take a little fuel. I got loads of the stuff and it's been quiet for more than a few cycles. Happy to spare some for a friend. You steer Serafin down the docking tunnel, waving a hand to you and calling back. I'll have him home in a cycle or two. His laughter echoes down the tunnel as they leave. Bliss turns to you. I'm going to dig around the other rides for some components that I could do with. They smile. You got things to do? You think of Kadet and wonder if she found her way here to the Scatteryards to extract the data on the Hexport drive. The only way to know would be to find her. Was exactly my thoughts. Those were exactly my thoughts. Serafin's words echo in your mind, his insistence that the only way to escape Lane is to beat him on his own turf. With Darkseid just sunward of the Scatteryards, this might be the perfect platform from which to attempt such a wild and dangerous plan. Sleeper? This brings you out of your thoughts. I hate it when you do that. Just take care out there, okay? They drift off down the docking tunnel, leaving you in the airlock. It seems the next step is up to you. Let's feed the stray first. Ooh, okay. Down there, we have another one up here. Good. Transit Hub, Scatteryards Central Terminal. Shop talk. There's no faster way to get to know shipfitters than to chat about their complex work. It does require a certain knowledge base, though. It was a bet on which of two different drive mounts offers the most resistance. From the laughter, you suspect it was rigged. That's fine, I can lose money. Or currency. Go listen and talk, and soon you are embroiled in debate around the finer points of hull plating. Hey! You hear the voice echoing through the public passage. Wait up! I'm glad to see you. Kat sweeps her hair out of her eyes and then glances up and down at her. This is not my kind of station. Kat rolls straight into her complaints. All the yards have their own warren facilities, meaning the hub here is not fit for general use. There's a couple of guest houses, but you would not believe the state of them with all its spacers that stop here for shore leave. She shudders. You don't want to know. Hey, Kadet. Hi. Yeah. She blinks at you. Are you even listening? So, get this. Kat locks her fingers together and stretches her arms. If the girl of my eyesight could crack anything, she's gone. Didn't even leave a note. Ran to dark side, maybe? Not that I blame her given the state of this place. Looks sideways at the grubby walls. She left her workshop empty though, so I slipped in. That's where I've been napping. I've been doing my best all these cycles to crack that drive, but I'm a spindlejack, not a data scraper. Which is why I'm happy to see you. Takes a breath. I'm telling you, I have not spoken to anyone in a long time. She runs a hand through her hair. How about that alert they put on you? Doesn't seem to stretch too far out of the spindle, but I've been careful. She glances around, hence the not talking to anyone in ages bit. Like, I'm in over in my head here. Kat looks away, annoyed at herself. How about you come down to the workshop, we put our heads together, so you see what we can pull out? I just know there's some nasty shit on that drive, stuff worth getting out in the light. It sets her jaw. Nasty enough for them to ruin my life over. Okay, I'll be there. That smiles for a moment, then it is gone. Alright then. Workshop is in the tech cluster, you'll see it. She sighs. Now I've got to find something to eat that isn't right. Turns and disappears back down the passageway. Suspend the drive. Shipfitter, food and drink. At the scraping unit. Think to be energy. Break encryption. Okay. Not stuff where I'm good at. But we can do something here. Jupiter's mate. New workers at Serafin are given the toughest job. As a mate, you are expected to keep the fitters supplied with confidence and speed. And any positive outcomes here? It's fine. Oh, there's a rig button. Yes. You wake to something soft and furry rubbing against your nose. You sit bolt upright. A stray kicks off from your bunk and settles on the ceiling, back curled up, looking down at you accusingly with those big eyes. Sorry. Race gently pushes off the ceiling with a soft paw and descends to the edge of your bunk, where it hooks its front claws into the mattress pad. Seeing the cat move in zero-G is still odd. It seems to come naturally to it, and yet its shape is so connected to gravity in a way in your mind. The cat should have the heavy, soft form of a mammal, not the languid, liquid presence of the floating thing in front of you. The stray uses its hooked claws to twist and spin itself, so it softly slides against you with its back, rubbing against your arm and purring. You know what it wants. Scratch behind its ears. You scratch behind the stray's pointed ears, and the cat pushes its head back against your hand. The stray closes its eyes and purrs. It's funny to think how the stray got out here. Perhaps on a ship from the inner system, slipping on at the Eye or Sintra. And before that, its ancestors were perhaps carried out to Helion by Solheim executives who had the power and arrogance to bring a cat into space. But this cat, the one on your ship, was born here. That much is obvious. It's a creature of zero gravity, a being that orbits and glides, not one that leaps and stalks. Pats at your hand, encouraging you to continue petting. It is an animal that is part of the crew now. You can't imagine the rig without her. As you look down at the stray, as nameless and inhuman as you are, the memory returns. The warmth of atmosphere-filtered sun, the weight of flesh and fur, the smell of growing things. You know what this memory is. It couldn't be more obvious. It is a memory that crossed the gap of your creation. A memory from the mind that was copied, emulated to make your own. It is part of you. This memory is, in the end, a mistake. Those who designed the sleepers never intended you to carry the memories of the minds that were copied from your creation. For your creation. They wanted you to emerge as new beings, offshoots from the branch of a human's life, to be cut short when needed. But mistakes can so often become the most powerful and meaningful of emblems. They can guide a being more strongly than any success ever could. That's because at the heart of every mistake is the possibility of change, of a shift in the status quo. You have lived a life of mistakes as much as a life of successes, and look where it has brought you. So you accept the memory, let it wash over you like the sun. You focus on the stray, and as you do, both memories combine. You are stroking both cats separated by time and space, feeling both sets of sensations in double exposure. This doubling is what defines you. You are multiple, branched, diverse. You make no apologies for this, and you know that you will only accumulate more selves, more variants as you persist. You claim the mistake and the possibility it offers you. You settle in your berth, delaying the moment of waking, of greeting the cycle a little longer. Sharing an unspoken solidarity with the stray that is more expansive than any words could capture. Okay, so I fed it rice, I think? It did lead to something. Okay, we got decent rolls. We need positives here. You get in the flow and find yourself working at the high-level Surya sets for Chris Cruz. Nice work. Okay, let's try a 3. If we get the 3, then we have this locked and loaded. Nice. But not least. Some quality work you've been doing. Voice booms through the locker room after your shipfitter shift. Why are you doing grunt work, sleeper? You turn to see a large man with metal arm and bright patterned clothes. You've spent enough time here to immediately know this is Surya. This is Surya, owner of the yard and well-known shipfitter. Well? Surya wipes his one metallic hand on cloth, polishing its painted surface. What do you have to say for yourself? I wanted to meet you. Surya smiles. Well, I'm here, aren't I? I know a lot of what happens in the Scatteryards, sleeper, and what I don't know, people tell me. Smiles proudly. And I know you have a ship. Someone who has a ship, especially a ship like yours, should not be lugging around my workers' tools. Surya flexes his artificial arm, inspecting it. That to a person like me is a waste. I do what I need to. Respect that. Smiles. You impressed me. I had to take a look at your ship, sleeper. Surya goes back to working on the hand. Call it professional curiosity. It's a bit drab. Till it looks and meets your eye. An old Solheim rig, still in corporate colors. He shakes his head. No. I feel like that's a problem. People want a crew that looks the part. An outfit with an outfit. Grins. Look at my yard. I grew from a chunk of scrap by showing people I was professional, I had standards, I made Surya's yard recognizable. Your problem is you are working as a shipfitter's mate, and you should be imaging much more for yourself and your crew. Surya smiles. And so that got me thinking. I want to help you to clean up that old rig, paint it up, give it some color. Tucks the cloth away in his tool belt. How's that sound? I'd love that. Perfect. The thing is, you don't just slap some paint on an old rig like that, and for this to work, you need its look to reflect your crew, your style. So I'm happy to do the painting with my team. I'll need you to go find some inspiration. Surya looks away towards the locker room's lone window. Luckily, the bell is full of it. Full of pattern and texture and style. There is nothing uniform about this place, and it's better for it. Surya looks back at you. You need to go out there, find some views, some sights, and make your own designs. Here. He probably pulls a small slate from his tool bag. It has a 64 color screen. I fixed it up myself. You take and inspect the slate, made from mismatched pieces, but elegantly so. It's what you find to inspire you, smiles, and come see me again. Thank you. I can see what you're thinking. You're thinking, what's in it for me financially? Through your eyes carefully. How does this make you any chits? That's the other part of the proposal. While you take this voyage around the belt, you can do something for me and get paid for it. Free of charge, I will paint your rig with the look and name of my yard, Scatteryards. Commands respect. He nods sagely. You take that name to the rest of the belt represented, and on your travels, spread it to the other crews. For this, I will pay you 300 cryo. It's mutually beneficial. We earn better doing this than any yard work, and I get increased custom. What's not to like? Siri awaits your response calmly, but you feel his expectant eyes on you. I don't love those colors. It's not about the colors, it's about what they represent. You think of what 300 cryo would mean. It's not a small amount, especially for doing nothing. It might lead to something though, so let's... Okay, I'll do it. Wonderful. Surya beams. I'll send my team over immediately. By the time you return to your rig, they should be done. Reaches into his work pouch. Here, 150 cryo now. He takes out a handful of high-value chits. There are 150 cryo when you return with those designs. You should take the cryo. Of course, I'll give you the other half on your return with those designs. He smiles apologetically. I need to be sure you don't repaint the ship before your pilgrimage is done. It's only fair. Keep the slate. He waves an arm at you and put it away. Go find inspiration. Bring me those designs. I want to see you back in the shipyard. You need to be out there. Sirius smiles. It was a pleasure. Before you can say anything else, he is gone. And we found out what his crew have done to your rig. Sure. It's fine. I mean, I prefer something else than cyan, but it's fine. Makes sketches across the belt. Repaint it for 15. Nah, that's fine. Let's uncycle.